guys, this is Christina from Redefine Creative, and I am here with the Crafty Maven Getaway for Sketch It Thursday. And so this is our mood board for this week. So it has this gray, yellow, orange, and then it also has a pale blue, and then down in here there's a lot darker blue. So I'm kind of trying to combine several of these different things into my layout. So I'm going to be working with the Amy Tan Rise and Shine collection, which has this kind of yellow, gray, and blue color combination. But then the photo I'm going to be working with is actually this 4x4 photo of my daughter drawing this heart in the sand. And her bathing suit kind of has this really bright pop of blue. So I am going to be incorporating a little bit of that just as an accent color. And then we'll try and get some of these other little details in here, but that's kind of where we are starting. So we're working on a beach photo. These are going to be those colors that I pull out of the Amy Tangerine Rise and Shine. And then we're going to add some pops of that turquoise blue, or that really royal blue. And then the sketch that I'm going to be starting with this week for Sketch It Thursday is going to be this one. And this is actually the Hip Kit Club. This is their new series they're doing, which is challenging you to use a sketch. And so this is the sketch that they've given for their first one this week. And so this is the one I'm going to use. And the reason I decided I wanted to use this one is I love this little element up here. But then I also love the way they have lots of layers behind their photo with one of these like tabs off on the side, because that's something that I do often. And then the big title and the small journaling and kind of this pattern paper and plain paper background where they've created their own elements. And so we're going to go ahead and play with this sketch and see what we can come up with. I'm going to go ahead and put you on fast forward and show you what I did. Okay, so here we go with the layout, and I am going to go ahead and take this white cardstock, and this is going to be the bottom portion of the layout. And then I am going to take this gray and white diagonal stripe, and that's going to be the top part of the layout. And then I went ahead and grabbed that royal blue piece, and that's going to go as a border just right around the edge. Now this is not something that was in this sketch, but this is something that I do often, and I kind of love having that dividing line where that border around the outside of the page. And so that one was actually from the Maggie Holmes Gather collection. And so now what I'm doing is I want to use this chevron stripe that came off of a 12x12 piece, and I couldn't decide if I wanted to use a single or a double, so that's why I had one of each. And I decided to go with a single, and then I matted it on that yellow paper that has the little hearts on it. And here what I'm doing is in the sketch there was a little scalloped edge, and so I pulled out a couple of different Heidi Swapp border strips that are really old that I kind of have had sitting around wanting to use. And so I couldn't decide if I wanted the turquoise color one or the gray one, so I went ahead and started working on my photo first, and then I'm going to see what goes best with my photo matting. So now I've taken a bunch of papers from the Rise and Shine collection, either from the 12x12 paper pad or the 6x6 paper pad. And then I also grabbed a couple from the Finders Keepers paper pad because that one had that real royal blue color that I wanted. And then here you see I went back and cut the middle out of my pattern paper background because I wanted that pop of blue on the top of the page as well. So I just cut out the middle, and then I used that to create a mat around my photo to give it that pop of that royal blue that we had talked about in the beginning. And once I've done all that, I've decided that I'm going to use the greenish, kind of turquoise mint colored border strip. And so I'm creating my little cluster up there at the top, and then I am going to put my entire photo element on some foam so that it does stand out a little bit on top of the layout. And then I went ahead and added one of the gray vellum pieces that I just cut out of that border strip to that top corner, as well as one little clip that just says XO. And now I'm using some Amy Tan black foam thickers that say Love Always, and that's going to be my title. So I have the two different size fonts, just like in the sketch. And then I'm going to pull in these black hearts in each of my embellishment cluster areas to kind of tie all of that together. And you can see up in that top left corner, I added a little white like lace cut frame. And that was another thing that I pulled from that mood board. So that mood board had that inspiration wall that had all kinds of frames of different sizes. And so now I'm taking this second frame and I just cut it in half and I'm layering it behind my photo. And this is just the Amy Tan sticker sheet. And so these are some vellum stickers. And then so I just kind of layered some of those in that bottom corner just to create some extra interest. And then I'm also going to add one of those strips up at the top so that everything is kind of balanced. And now I'm just looking to see if there's other things I want to add. And I found all of these little vellum circles. And so I decided that would be perfect to add some dimension and a different element to that diagonal design across the photo. So that was kind of going back to that sketch that I'm working with this week and saying, okay, I need to add a little bit of embellishment and in that diagonal pattern, just like the sketch kind of showed. And so I was trying to work in this little camera and it just wasn't going to work for me. It was just the wrong color for this one. And then I went ahead and pulled out from Tim Holtz the little, I think this one is Chit Chat. Some different phrases that I thought would go with this photo and kind of the mood I wanted to portray. So it says things like, learn from yesterday, live for today, hope for tomorrow. All great things have small beginnings, and say hello to a new day. And then I'm going back with my Studio Calico, and this is just the black spray and adding some details there at each one of my embellishment clusters, and that's going to do it for this layout. So I've pulled in all those colors from the mood board, and then I've also used this Hip Kit sketch to put together this really fun beach-themed layout. And I hope you enjoyed it, and you will also try out working with our mood board this week. We'll see you again soon. Bye!